There it is. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yakob a little off too. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We're figuring it out together as a community. We are underway, folks. Bisby and Yakob. Seed number 42 is Bisby. Qualified into seed number 42 with a 1.16 million average of his best 3 games played over a 90-minute qualifier from the United States of America. Has a PB of 1.77 million. That's good for about 48th place on the overall PB leaderboard. Bisby played in Mega Masters last year, 2024. Also played in the bronze bracket in CTWC 2021. That was the second online year, and thankfully the last online year, hopefully. I mean, you know, until the measles happens, and then we'll be playing CTWC online again. But anyway, there's Bisby. On the right side, it is Yakob. Yakob qualified in with a 1.08 million, has a PB of 1.35 million. That's 89th or so on the list. Yakob is an organizer of the CTWC DAS tournament. I think last year, this year, very active over in Germany. Yakob also played in Mega Masters last year, played in silver in CTWC in 2022 and 2024. And, you know, globe hopping a little bit, globe trotting, whatever. Played in the various events in Germany the last several years, going back to 2019, in CTEC in 2022, and in CT UK. Probably more years than I found, but there's a lot of the regionals. And is a fixture over there in Europe for Classic Tetris. 171 for Bisby, 179 for Yakob. All right, Bisby going to fill out that left side. Got to cover the well. Uncovers. All right, there's a skimming a Tetris there for Bisby. What? Did he say skibbity Tetris? Yeah, I don't know where you guys got that. Doesn't sound anything like it. You got skibbity on the mind. 244 for Bisby. 231 for Yakob, who set up on the left well. Okay, Yakob in a spot of bother here. Oh, the triple flip, I think, or the double flip on the long bar. That's going to be a top out for Yakob in game number 1 on 18 here. Bisby is good in game number 1. Three, two, one, Tetris. All right, Timothy is out there living a life, guys. I feel like we've all been called out. Timothy's got the secret to life, and it's to I think he's telling us to go outside and touch grass. I think that's what he's telling us to do. All right, 68,000 for Bisby. He's got some great smoothing on his letters there, his capture card. Those numbers up there are very smooth, and I'm kind of here for it. 91,000 for him. There's a Tetris 114. 92,000 for Yakob. I like it when they're like, you know, go touch grass. We're like, no, but Scooty, you know, goes bowling. So, but yeah, there's no grass in bowling. 142 for Bisby, 123 for Yakob. All right, see what Jakub's going to do about that right side. I think he doesn't want to chuck a long bar down there, but yeah, because he missed it before. But now he's got a little platform where he can build a dirty Tetris. And a long bar gets over Tetris Yakob, 162, 172 for Bisby, who's going to get set up here with that L piece over there, column 8, 9, and gets a Tetris, 196. All right, Yakob needs an L piece, gets it for that left side. Now Tetris ready, and the long bar comes, and none too soon. I'm going to use those. Oh, man, a spate of long bars coming, and if he had known they were all coming, he might have filled out that left side. But, you know, that's the tricky part of this game. You only got a one-piece preview. And, you know, maybe if this were like one of those other Tetris games, you know exactly what's coming up for like 7 pieces. But nope, it's NES Tetris, the most brutal form of Tetris. Why do we play this? I don't know. 261, Yakob, 251, Bisby. Tetris for both. 10,000 point lead for Yakob. Pieces are, those lines are about tied. Okay, Tetris, Yakob 309, 279 Bisby. He's got kind of a snarl over on that right side. And Yakob set up for a dirty and is going to get it. I think now someone's going to correct me and say, well, actually, he played in CT FLTQLP in January, but this appears to be Bisby's first competitive match of 2025, according to the match database. 337 for Bisby, 407 for Yakob. And Bisby has entire years where he has not played Tetris at all. 2022, no competitive games in 2022. Just a handful in 2023. Came back, did a lot of Classic Tetris League. And it's always crazy to me, like, you know, oh, players can, like, sort of barely be around, not really play a ton of events, and all of a sudden they're just coming back and rolling and getting 1.7. It's like, how are they doing this? How are they doing this? Barely playing, they're rolling, and they're great. 429 Bisby, 498 Yakob. Oh, you went back and you listened to your whole match. Oh, you're not supposed to do that, because, like, if I know people aren't listening to the comms, you know, I might roast them a little harder, but oh man, if you're gonna go back and listen, that's gonna ruin my whole mood, man. 523 for Bisby on 19. Tetris into 19 for Yakob, 570. Well, I meant every word of it. It's a sincere compliment, right? That's what you paid for. It's really awkward for me to have to do that, but I did it. I got to get that out of there, but people are saving for that compliment. 580 for Yakob, 599 for Bisby. I think the most awkward one is when, like, people redeem it, and I'm like, Wait, who is this person? I don't know who this person is. I don't know anything about him. I just make up, like, just, you know, whatever. Things that can be said about anybody. Oh boy, they love their life and they're nice most of the time. 659 for Bisby, 665 for Yakob. $749 Yakob, $691 for Bisby. Like if Bisby were like, oh, I'm gonna pay for my genuine vandweller compliment, I'd be like, you did great in CTWC Bronze 2021, I think. I don't know. 726 for Bisby, 808 for Yakob. Don't redeem that, Bisby. All right, Tetris Yakob, 838, 786. Yeah, Bisby is not a player that I am like super familiar with. I'm sure they've played in some of my events way in the past, but you know, just not having played a lot in like 2022 or 2023, and then mostly playing Classic Tetris League last year. So, you know, what his performance is kind of a little bit a mystery to me. So I'm super intrigued by what I'm seeing, especially coming in here with a 1.77. Seed number 42. Tetris Bisby, 862, 913 for Yakob. Chen should redeem it. I mean, Chen has been around for like 3 or 4 months, you know. 931 for Bisby, 979 Yakob. He's one away from a max out. There's the skimming the max out for Yakob. And another one, A50. So he's ahead by 114,000 points. B25 for Yakob into 29. So pretty healthy. He's 200,000 off his PB right now. Bisby is going to top out at 953. Yakob, why don't you mullen it out? Go for that PB. Is it B67? You know, time was back in the old days, you know, people would get their PBs like on stream like during the tournament, but since we've gotten to level 39 super kill screen, once we've moved to that, like players can't really get their PBs because a lot of the Masters players are not able to do that. All right, there's gonna be a top out for Yakob, but a demonstrative victory here in game number 2 after that early top out in game 1. Here we go, 3-1 Tetris. Yeah, I mean, you know, the players receive the seeds as much as the seeds receive the players, right? Look at that. I trusted someone, and this time I was rewarded. You know, there's 16 point however many million seeds floating out there without players. It's truly sad. So when a seed gets assigned to a new couple of players, they're very happy. It's like the greatest thing for them. Only by you, Timothy. Only by you. Yeah, it does. It does, Sledge. That's right. I'm creating a mythology for you, okay? Kind of a theogony of these seeds. Okay, 95,000 for Yakob, 116 for Bisby. Timothy says, sports gambling for Tetris win. God, I hope not. $105 for Yakob, $145 Bisby. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea. When the potential to wager on something, you know, the amounts far outseed what is won in the tournament, then you have a perfect environment for a, you know, game throwing scandal. This is why they kept, you know, games kept getting thrown in like NCAA back in the day. $131 for Yakob, $218 for Bisby. Tetris Yakob, 200,000, 2888888 for Bisby. About 88,000 point lead for Bisby right now. It's got 3 lines in hand. It's early. Now, I do think it would be fun if there were like, and I think someone did do this one year, like a fantasy league where you like pick a certain number of Tetris players and get points for their performance or whatever. Someone did do that one year. And I mean like really early. 295 for Yakob, 344 like 2019 or something. Rory, right. I'm like, who's Roy? All right, Yakob, 298, 367 for Bisby. Tetris, Yakob, 321. You have a coworker named Roy. The only person who took it seriously was Moodoos? Probably. I think I remember some streams where he talked about it back when he streamed. Back in those halcyon days of yore. 420 for Bisby, 371 for Yakob. As far as I can tell, these two players have not played each other before. All right, we are heading toward 19. Bisby's board. A little bit of a problem here. Yakob's going to have a good entry into 19 at 467. Bisby's board up pretty high. See what he can do. He's got 5 pieces, 3 pieces now to try to do something to bring this down before 19 hits. And even though, you know, he's rolling, this is pretty tough. See what he can do. No, that bar hang on the left. That's going to do it for Bisby. Yakob takes game number 2. And since it was a 19 top out, you do not get a caca. You eluded the caca by 4 lines. Three, two, one, Tetris. You thought Bisby would look more like a Clyde? No, this is a Bisby. Decidedly a Bisby. All right, we're underway here in game number 4. Yakob can lock it up. This is a best of 5. So if he gets a 3 next to his name, he's the winner. Bisby needs to win this one to force a game 5 decider. Gerald Friedman, where's the definitive list of openers? There's got to be a list, right? A document. Or he's like, no, you're just supposed to know it, bro. Yep. With Nestris.org, this will change. Yeah, everybody will just play optimally. Everyone will get 2 millions into 39. It's going to be great. There's a Google Doc. All right, I'll go search on Google. There's a Google Doc. All right. I'll find it. I'm sure it's in the Study My Tetris or whatever that channel is in CTM. I'm sure I can find it. 131 Bisby, 169 for Yakob. Don't forget, we've got more Mega Masters tonight. Starting in about 5 hours is yet another bracket. It's going to be the Navy bracket. AV Geek and Dylan. Winner takes on Sodium. The Improve Your Tetris channel's got all the good pins. All right. Thanks, Gerald. Gerald being uncharacteristically helpful in chat today. 164 for Bisby. 237 for Yakob. No, I kid our good friend Gerald. We are tied on Nestris.org. Although that's not true, because when I defeated you, Gerald, that was on the beta site. That has been wiped from the record. That's like it never happened. Oh no. Oh man, my greatest victory then wiped from the record. 236 Bisby, 314. I'll see if Primer can change it. Primer, can you just go give me a couple of victories against Gerald? Thanks. 338 for Yakob, 259 for Bisby. So Yakob ahead by about 52,000 points and has 4 lines in hand. What I think is exciting about Nestris.org is there are going to be people who are like brand new to the Tetris scene, and they'll like be playing on Nestris.org, like even with a connected console or something from the very beginning, and they'll be able to see like every game they've ever played. I mean, that's wild. $422 for Yakob, $330 for Bisby. That connected console, that's a game changer, because it's not just a sharpener, but it also like imports all your all your moves and games and whatever, and then you can generate puzzles based on moves you actually made in game. So it's targeting mistakes you actually made rather than just theoretical ones that you don't even know if you're really facing that situation. So I think that's very cool. 451 for Yakob, 358 for Bisby. Gerald says, like looking at my old 1200 ELO chess games. I do not want to take up chess. Like, on some level I do, but I don't want to find out how actually terrifyingly stupid I am. And that will just be, at least, you know, like with Tetris, I can say, oh, it's hand-eye coordination. You know, I've got excuses, but 508 for Yakob, 431 for Bisby. We're into 19 now. Yakob, yeah, he's not going to stay with that column 3 setup. He's just going to take that triple, move it over. He's got a little bit of a lead. He's up 2 games to 1, so he can afford to be a little conservative here. Okay, Bisby gets a square to the left. More squares. Okay. I was going to take the burn with one of those. Okay, he's open on the right. Long bar gets in. Stack comes down. 515 Bisby. 560 for Yakob. Both players good stacks. Tetris Yakob 587. $642 Yakob, $574 Bisby, $601. So in chess now, is everything just like memorizing the solvers or whatever it is, the chess AI, and then that's it? Is there no room for cunning and guile? 660 for Yakob. He's going to get a Tetris. 667 Bisby. It's actually virtually tied now, but there's another Tetris Yakob. But Bisby has lines in hand. But that's going to change now because Bisby is not ready to Tetris. And so Yakob is going to continue to dump in unanswered Tetrises until Bisby can get Tetris ready again. There's a Tetris Yakob. He's now up by over 100,000 points, but also ahead by 7 lines. Bisby finally clean. There is a Tetris Bisby 712. So yeah, just about 100,000 point lead right now. So a costly burning sequence for Bisby. Tetris Bisby 782, 884 Yakob. Yakob set up 2 rows off the bottom, gets a Tetris 918. There's a nice S-spin for some cleanup. Setting up again, dirty Tetris Yakob 953. Bisby at 816 on 27. Yakob just motoring along. Tetris Yakob, he's 1 away. Just before 29. Tetris Bisby, 898. He's got that 1.77 PB, so he's got some post-29 playability. See what he can do here from this board. Yakob is into 29. He's already into 30, basically. There he is. A77. He's ahead by 140,000 points. Bisby with a Tetris 972. Yakob's board starting to climb. The target for Bisby is A78. 100,000 point Chasedown is what is needed for Bisby to stay in Mega Masters. He's got a 1.77 PB, so he's got it in him. But will it come out right now? Okay, he's got the max out. He's at A15 on 32. Oh, that bar to the left, nice. He's kind of doing it. He's 50,000 points away. He's not trying to do too much. He knows he's got plenty of time. It's just a matter of being able to execute here. Oh, my goodness. He's actually 1 away from being set up for a Tetris here. Can he get set up? No, he's just going to take it down again. A49. He's 20,000 points away. Hangs a long bar, gets another one over. So clutch. And he's just singling and doubling this out. He's 13,000 away. Board climbing just ever so slightly. Oh, gets a bar into that column too. And there it is. There's the chase down for Bisby. And he is going to take game 4 with a clutch chase down on in the post 29 phase of the game. We'll watch him get all the way to 39 here. So yeah, huge chase down for Bisby to force a deciding game 5. Oh, and he's going to hang that bar, but finally gets the 1.1. Wow. My word. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. A subathon. Well, yeah, it's kind of a subathon or a little fundraising kind of thing. I got to pick a day when there's no Mega Masters, though. I need to, I'm gonna, there's a lot of Tetris happening right here early in the month for your old pal Vandrew. I can just cast Mega Masters during the subathon. I mean, if it comes to that, then I will. Okay, we are starting here in game number 5. It is a decider between Bisby and Yakob. Is this the first stream of the day? No, there was an earlier morning stream about 11 a.m. FCR Plays says, useless trivia. The middle byte in the seed 7E is the highest code of the printable ASCII characters. Look at that. Pretty good. $162 for Bisby, $123 for Yakob, who maybe thought he had a shot at, already being done with this match, but Bisby's chase down in game 4. Pretty epic. There's a skimming of Tetris for Yakob, 148. We do have more Tetris for you tonight in about 4.5 hours. It'll be the Navy bracket with AV Geek Dylan and Sodium. $243 Yakob, $281 for Bisby. Tetris Yakob, $289. Same line count. Bisby's ahead by 21,000 points. That's about one Tetris. Tetris is worth 22,800 points. Okay, Bisby gonna uncover that right side well. Get a long bar in, 386 through 90, 387 through 90 for Yakob. So we are neck and neck, less than 1,000 points separating the two players. By the way, if you do want to contribute to the prize pool, you can do so. You can use the Matcherino command if you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube. Or you can use ctm.gg/Matcherino. That'll bring up the link that takes you to the page for this tournament with our partner Matcherino. And there you can contribute to the prize pool. $417 for Bisby, $501 for Yakob. Mega Masters is the largest fully fan-funded prize pool in all of classic Tetris. CTWC can beat us, but only because they have help from the Tetris company, and we just have help from you. So we're taking on these corporate behemoths, the power of community. Dirty Tetris, column 3 for Bisby, 482. 533 for Yakob. The power of friendship and Tetris and money. That's right. My three favorite things. Oh, yeah. I mean, if somebody does want to sponsor us, hell yeah, of course. We'll take it. 587 for Yakob, 556 for Bisby. You know, I do look at, I'm saying Bisby, but now that there's the D on Bisby's name in the screen, I keep saying in my head, Disby. And Disby a problem if you are trying to commentate a Tetris match. 622 for Yakob, 590 for Bisby. All right, 55,000 points ahead. Yakob is. We're just going to chuck a long bar down there, take a triple. He's just got to bring this stack down. This is going to allow Disby maybe to cut into this lead a little bit. We'll see. Well, a drought will not help Bisby's prospects here in doing so. So yeah, if you're in a huge dig, it's really, in a lot of ways, it's kind of better to be droughted, right? Your opponent won't get it because your opponent's getting the same pieces, and so won't get the opportunity necessarily to build up a huge lead, right? Getting Tetrises that you otherwise, that you're missing, but they're getting. So maybe you want the drought when you're in a dig. 789 for Yakob, 754 Bisby. All right, Yakob taking care of that long bar on the right side. Tetris for Yakob, 828. 795 for Bisby. Tetris Yakob, 895. 811 for Bisby. We are under 30 lines until we get to level 29. The speed will double. Tetris Yakob, 935. Another one, 969. All right, Yakob set up again. Tetris Yakob could potentially get two more. He's got the max, the 1 million points. Another Tetris Yakob. We'll see if he can get another one before he gets in. Bisby is in at about 926. Yakob, Tetris, A76 into 29. So it just needs to keep on adding points, but to keep the pressure on Bisby. 939 for Bisby. We'll see how he's going to handle this. Jakub's board climbing a bit. He's getting a couple of burns here and there. That left side is going to be sealed off now. A91 top out for Yakob. The target for Bisby. A92. He's got time to do it. He gets a nice triple to bring this down. It's all on Bisby now. Needs to get to A92. He's already had one chase down of 100,000 points. A92 is that target. He's building, just sort of, or tentative Tetrises just like this, right? Where you can keep that stack, no higher than like 5 or 6 or 7 rows high, and then just duck into and duck out of these situations. Okay, there's a triple, A39. A triple is good points in a chase down. Okay, he's 40,000 away. He's 31,000 away. Chipping away at it. Okay, he's just going to take that triple to the right. He's 11,000 away. And there's one, and there it is. And Bisby with 2 huge chase downs in consecutive games. He was down 2 games to 1. In each game, he was back 100,000 points or more. And he clutched out 2 huge chase downs to take this match 3 games to 2 over Yakob. Well, Yakob could certainly hold his head up high. He was up, 2 games to 1. He had his opponent on the ropes, really just put the ball in their court and says, listen, I got a lead. Let's see if you can chase it down. It's all on you. And, no shame there. Did what he had to do. But Bisby really huge chase downs. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, it is Timothy KK, who I will probably refer to as Timmy throughout this match. Timmy qualified in with a 1.30 million average of 3 qualifier in a 90-minute qualifying period. Timmy has got an overall score PB of 1.65 million. That's good for around 57th on the overall leaderboard. Timmy is a former Futures Circuit winner. That was back in 2023. Was top 16 in the Jonas Cup last year. Also played in CTWC Silver in the first online year of 2020. Both players at 70,000 through 15 lines, but really a tale of 2 different boards as we get underway here in game number 1. Bisby going to get a Tetris. Timmy trying to work this down. And on the right side, it is Bisby qualified in with a 1.16 million and defeated Yakob in round 1 to get here to round 2. Bisby's got a 1.77 million PB. That would be good for around 48th place. Bisby played in Mega Masters in 2024. Also played in bronze bracket in the other online year of 2021. That's CTWC's 3rd tier bracket, right? So gold, silver, and bronze. 107 for Timothy, 188 for Bisby. And there's a Tetris Bisby. So right now, same line count. Bisby ahead by about 60,000 points after some early shenanigans on Timothy's board. The winner of this match will take on, I believe it's Cobra, right? Yeah, Cobra is waiting in round 3. It's seed number 10. Yeah, everybody hears Tawny, they think of Tawny Katane. Well, not everybody, but old people who remember the, 80s and 90s. All right, 307 for Bisby, 248 for Timothy. You keep thinking Tawny Owl. What is Tawny Owl? 294 for Timothy, 352 for Bisby. I don't know what Tawny Owl is. Zafita asks, what hardware is allowed to play in CTM? You can play on, an original NES. You can play on a clone console. You can also play on emulator. I have not yet formulated a policy of Nestris.org. I'm punting on that right now. So no change to our rules, even with Nestris.org being around. 384 for Bisby, 343 for Timothy. Oh, it's a type of owl, also known as brown owl. Okay. $391 for Bisby, $368 for Timothy. Did you ever allow Tetris Effect connected? No. It's just a different game. I mean, plus I don't want to capture Tetris. I don't want a Tetris Effect connected stencil. All right, Tetris for Timothy, 418, 437 for Bisby. But Nestris.org is a great training site and a way to play pickup games with an NES Tetris style game. 510 for Timothy, 471 for Bisby. There's another Tetris Bisby. Timothy in the lead now, though, after a slowdown from Bisby. Can you play on the analog NT? Yeah, any clone console that plays the cartridge, the original cartridge, or like an EverDrive with a legal backup of the game, that is allowed. 519 for Bisby, 561 for Timothy. In fact, Fractal plays on something very similar to an analog NT, the retro USB AVS. 533 for Bisby, 593 for Timothy. So Timothy ahead by 33,000 points, gets another Tetris 646. If the AVS weren't $200, you'd cop one. Are they only $200? I thought they'd be more by now. I don't even remember where my I had two of them, and I don't even remember where they are right now. Like I know Fractal's got one, and did I give the other one to Aaron? I think maybe Aaron. 737 Timothy, 729 for Bisby. Tetris Bisby, 761, 740 for Timothy. I got equipment all over the world, guys. I mean, everybody's got my equipment. Yeah, it was Aaron. Got it. 831 Timothy, 792 Bisby. So Timothy still, he's ahead by about 40,000 points, ahead by about 2 lines, so it's pretty close in lines, but a real score lead for Timothy. All right, board's starting to spire a little bit with these Z's for Timothy, so he's going to have to work around that. Unblocks the well. Long bar gets in. Tetris. There's one for Bisby as well. Timothy with the max out, A01, and another Tetris A36 now on level 28. Oh, a little misdrop there with the J piece, the Blue J. That's what I sort of go by now, Blue J, right? I still have to, sometimes I have to hold out my hands and know which one is the L and which one is the J, and it's just a mess. Oh, wait, the L looks like the letter L, right? But if you just go Blue J, like the bird, on 18, that's what it is. Bisby with the max out. He's on 29 now too, so both are on 29. A94 for Timothy. A23 for Bisby. All right, the skimming a Tetris there for Timothy, B40. Another Tetris Bisby, A87, B63 for Timothy. He hangs a long bar in column 2. And let's see if he can get one over, if he even gets one. And he's not getting one in time. That's going to be a top out for Timothy at B63. Bisby with a chase down target of B64. That is your target. Get there and you are safe. All right, 13,000 points away or so. Bisby just singling and doubling it out. Safe strats in a tournament. 4,000 to go. And that is going to seal it for Bisby, who takes game number 1. Let's go. Game number 2 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Okay. Jay in the window in the chat. Hana's here. Arbaro, Andrew Meep, Small Jordan, Pseudo Canard, Skibbity Balls is here. Welcome, Skibbity Balls. So dumb. Okay, Tetris for Timmy, but he's got kind of a jacked up top of the board. It comes down, though, after that Tetris, so we can now work on this. Kind of a similar start for Timothy. As in game 1. Oh, no, that is going to be a problem with that L piece on the top, and that's going to be a top out for Timothy in game number 2 at 31,000, and Bisby is already good. Oh, no. Not like this. Timmy looking to take game 3 and continue on in this match and tournament. All right, starting off with a bunch of S's and J's and S's. Just so many S's and J's. Why are there so many S's and J's, guys? All right, Z-spin there for Timothy. The spin tuck of the S. Timothy's setting up dirty. He's going to have to knock it down. He's still set up, though. And there's a dirty Tetris for Timothy. Well, Timothy's on the board, 28,000. There's one for Bisby, 49. That T does not get all the way to the left for Timothy. All right, gonna get a long bar over there and be able to bring this down with little issue. 41 for Timothy, 79,000 for Bisby. Nice little overhang setup to make room for that incoming L to tuck that in upside down. Nifty little overhang. I like it from Bisby. Oh, no, the kind of adjustment there for Bisby, or if that was just kind of an early roll or something like that on that bar, but that's going to complicate Bisby's board here. Timothy set up dirty, 2 rows off the bottom, column 10. Long bar gets in, an L to fill in the middle, and he's set up again. All right, 109 for Timothy, 116 for Bisby. Both players with some early adventures in game 3, but dirty Tetris for Timothy. And Timothy, in virtue of playing up higher in the stack, of course, pieces have less of a distance to travel, and therefore you get more pieces per unit time. And so now he's further ahead in the piece sequence than Bisby is. 159 for Timothy. It's 167 Bisby. T-spin Timothy, 183, 193 for Bisby, who is back in the lead. Timothy's going to take it back, though, so they're just going to swap this lead back and forth as they Tetris until one of them has a slowdown. Oh, Timothy can't get the rotation on that Blue Jay. 230 for him, 239 for Bisby. The tortoise has been out of hibernation for about a month and is clomping around. We have like a free range tortoise and it wanders around the house. He goes out on the patio. He's got all kinds of amenities, but he loves to clomp around on that hardwood floor, and I can just hear him clomp, clomp, clomp like a horror movie or something. 283 from Timothy, 287 from Bisby. Did Tetris Time already go? Yes, Tetris Time is into the top 32. Okay, Tetris for Bisby, 364, 312 for Timothy. Tetris for Timothy, 405, 8 lines ahead, 413 for Bisby. We are approaching 19. Tetris for Bisby, 458. Players taking good stacks into 19. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. 479 for Timothy, 498 for Bisby as they enter level 20. Timothy's board up pretty high, though. Going to uncover the well. Gets the long bar down for it. Tetris, 508. 501 for Bisby. He's got a kind of a covered everything, though. He's got a well in column one row off the bottom, but it's only good for a double. 590 for Timothy, who has a good lead now. 618 after another one for Timothy. He's 6 lines ahead and almost 100,000 points ahead. Tetris for Timothy, 645. All right, Timothy waiting on a bar, kind of really needs one. The top of this board is a mess, so he's going to have to clean the mess up without the benefit of the bar. Okay, and he's doing it. He's doing it, and he's burned back down. So the survival and the Tetris for Timothy, 703. Great sequence there for Timothy to stay alive and maybe even built on that lead during that time. He's at 736. Bisby now at 634. It was very smooth. Well, maybe a little too smooth. My word. What was in that mug? Tetris for Timothy, 800. 666 for Bisby. There is a Tetris. Okay, Timothy unblocks the well. Tetris for Bisby, 769. There's one for Timothy, 845. Timothy's still ahead in lines. Ahead by 8 lines right now. There's a Tetris. There's another one, Bisby. He's going to chuck that long bar down the right side, get going, starting to clean this up in the run-up to level 29, where the speed will double. Timothy is into 29 at 923. So put a pin on that. We can compare their transitions into 29. See what Timothy can do here. And Timothy is in top out mode, and that's going to be a 930. So the target for Bisby, 931. If he can get it in this game, he would win this match. 931 is the target. Bisby with a good low board and can just single and double this out. Oh, but he's going to miss with that S piece. That's going to make things interesting. There's a nice triple to clean it out, though. And there's a Tetris over 921. Can Bisby continue to survive this? 4,000, 2,000. And there it is, Bisby with the Chasedown. Bisby gonna take this match in a sweep, and our seed number 42. Oh, there's a center well Tetris too. So if you want to mullen it out, go ahead, Bisby, or you can just fist pump and be excited. So GG's, Bisby's gonna take this one 3-0. One of those brackets is already scheduled. That's gonna be Meme, Bland, Neko, and Andy. The next group is gonna be Huffaluffagus, O, Cobra, and Bisby. Oh no, a cobra versus a bunny. That's not very fair. The next group is going to be Dangler, ID Kirby, Cole, and Sodium. And the next group is going to be Alan, Deck, Sidnev, and Tetris Time. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.